It's Thursday, January 22nd. Kalin here, the CTV News Atlantic Weather Center with an update for you. So parts of the Maritimes today have been dealing with some snowy conditions. So for Nova Scotia, the snow has been mixing with and turning over to a light rain. This mix of precipitation will continue to clear as we make our way through Thursday afternoon. Here's a look at some reports, and there were a couple of areas in the Maritimes that picked up what I would describe as some slightly more significant snowfall amounts in the range of around 10 to 15 centimeters. One of those areas straight through central parts of New Brunswick, including in around the Fredericton area and areas between around just north of the city center of St. John and up towards Fredericton, and another location right around northern and central areas of Nova Scotia, including parts of Cumberland and Colchester counties, running down through the Truro area and extending towards areas of the eastern shore, where Spanish Ship Bay picked up around 8 centimeters of snow. Now, as I mentioned, this is clearing through as we're going through the afternoon. The last of the steadiest of the snow making its way across Cape Breton. It should be a wetter snow there. It may even be followed up by a little bit of light rain. That's what other areas of Nova Scotia experienced. So overall, additional snowfall accumulations in most cases should be limited as we make our way through the rest of today and through tonight. Maybe a few centimeters locally through that period of time, because there are expected to be some flurries and some colder temperatures in the Maritimes for tonight. So taking a look at our timeline for cloud cover and precipitation, here we are at 5, and temperatures on the plus side of the scale for Nova Scotia at that time. Same thing goes for Prince Edward Island, parts of the south of New Brunswick. Below 0, though, Fredericton and north in New Brunswick. There is some colder air moving in for tonight, so by around 9, it's scattered flurries in the Maritimes, and most of the temperatures at that point falling towards or below the freezing mark. Might be a few holdouts around coastal areas of Nova Scotia. Here are the overnight low temperatures. You can see it gets quite a bit colder, with most of the lows for New Brunswick falling into a range of around -6 to -13, down to around -7 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island tonight, and most of the lows for Nova Scotia between -2 and -6. So be careful about slushy or wet surfaces turning icy. But there is some much colder air moving in Friday night. There's a polar front making its way across the Maritimes on Friday. A mix of sun and cloud, with some scattered flurries expected for the province of Nova Scotia. High temperatures for Nova Scotia on Friday between around -1 and -4. -4 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island, and between -4 and -9 for most of New Brunswick. But the bitterly cold air, that arrives for Friday night and is around for the weekend. That's when we're behind that polar front. And here's a look at the daytime high temperatures on Saturday. So these are the high temperatures, not the overnight lows. And you can see the highs are expected to be in the range of -11 to -16 for Nova Scotia, -16 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island. And for New Brunswick, the high temperatures between -15 and -20. It will be breezy, so when you factor in the wind chill, most of the region on Saturday, even in the afternoon, will be feeling into the -20s. And during the nights, the wind chill values falling well into the -20s and some into the -30s. This polar air is expected to last through the weekend and extend into next week. News and weather updates anytime at ctvnewsatlantic.ca.